So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And we're ready now for the anthems. That was special. Now stand by for this. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim,
Well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
So it's down to business here. Munoz. Lerma. And a chance! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Colombia with the corner, they're first. The United States are looking to go forward now. No, that's been intercepted. Has a look and place it forward. Gets a good foot in there. Good. He's going for goal! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
First quarter of an hour gone. It's a good run down the right. Duran is onto this. So it is still 0-0.
This is the time you need that pace.
He is through here.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's...
Shoots! That is decidedly lacking. Lerma. And it's Munoz. to Quintero. That is ended up in no man's land. Now it's Lerma. Lerma was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Engages and forces him off the ball. And anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Juan Quintero. Colombia have a free kick. Well, this looks promising in terms of distance and angle. Juan Quintero! Against the crossbar. He's had a shot! Just too high.
Yeah, but you only need to look across to the sideline to see what one makes of that, Peter.
Se van a jugar 2 minutos de compensación.
Lerma. And it's Quintero. He's having a pop! And that marks a high-octane end to the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So we reach the halfway point.
Colombia certainly have plenty of positives to take from that first half, especially the way they were able to turn it on in the last few minutes. I can see them coming out with more menace, more meaningfulness after the break, as momentum is definitely with them now.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. Duran! And he couldn't finish.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Spread it left. And that has left him in a heap. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Duran. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Diaz. Looking for the run. No, it's come to nothing. And he's heaved it away. Looking for options, for movement. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. That's a good run down the left. He's got away. Oh, nice touch. And it's Quintero. Lovely feet. Shapes to shoot! Oh, crossbar! Pass somewhat off target. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
And the shot! Oh, what? And again! And he hits the net! Finally the breakthrough!
What a time to take the lead, but now comes the dilemma of whether you ought to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
And that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
Cambio en Colombia. Número 11.
So we have movement on both benches.
Entran
Colombia
número 10.
are in front
Número
now, the
dos.
game's only
Cambio.
goal.
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved.
Knocks it into space.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled. Colombia clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And it's made its way to him.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish,
Se
and
agregarán
no half
3
measures
minutos
from
al
here.
tiempo reglamentario.
Now that looks a decent ball. Duran has it in a wide position. And the referee brings it to a close. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Duran voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Colombia genuinely looked a very good outfit out there. A good collective effort to keep the opposition at bay while also ensuring they carried out enough menace at the other end.
Well, that's it for tonight. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We are just getting started. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, this lad, Dominic Szoboszlai, is someone I'm going to keep an eye on here. I like the fact that he's one of the cleanest strikers of the ball, which really shows in both his passing and his attempts at goal. And I can see him drifting in and out, receiving the ball, driving forward into those half spaces and looking to deliver the key pass or get one away himself.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Oh, just Rodgers! Goal, England! And that really is so impressive. England gain their reward with an early goal. Well, that is one way to stop him. Now it's Kane. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Well read, nice interception. Anderson. England currently a goal to the good and with the lion's share of the ball. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Szoboszlai. And here's Kane. Shifted it to the flank. He's shifting through the gears here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Ball swung in. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And it's Shalai. It's a goal kick. James, who's set up one goal so far. And he's forced to go back. O'Reilly.
England really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
James. Now Anderson. Rogers. And this is Kane. Chance here to counter. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Kyrgyzstan. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Welcome our lads to the field.
England go in at half-time with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
England are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. The second half is up and running. England leading courtesy of the game's only goal. Anderson. O'Reilly. Looking for options for movement. That's good play. England are still that goal to the good. Rogers. Now this could be a chance. It's Kane! Denied by an instinctive save.
Kane actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
England with the corner, they're first. They've played it short. No way through, so back it comes. O'Reilly! Sharp and fizzing, but not quite.
A good disguise on that, though. I don't think many people would have expected him to absolutely clatter it the way he did.
Substitution in progress.
Hungary can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Rice. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Spread out to the left, and it's Kyrgyzstan.
Such good technique.
He's picked his way through. Look at the space, takes a shot! It's run loose, who's going to get there?
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Very nicely done. Now, can they get him away? O'Reilly has it in a wide position. And that should get the job done. That's a decent clearance. Here comes another, getting up there! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
England, number 26.
So changes of foot here, and from both sides.
Number 3, Reece James. Number 25, Rashford. Coming on the field, number 10, Bellingham. Number 16, Alexander-Arnold. Number 11, Phil Foden. Substitution
Spread to the
taking
right.
place.
Space for him to turn and look.
Hungary really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Now it's Foden. Rice. Pings it across. Towering header! It is close, but that is the last of it. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, I'm sure this wasn't in the game plan, the idea of defending a 1-0 lead, Peter, from before the break. But I suppose they were never really in danger, so there was no need to disengage the handbrake in the end.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
Things already rolling. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Brahim Diaz! And he's really put himself on the line here. And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. Can he finish? It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Well, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
And it's Ake. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Al-Kanous. So we're still where we started right now. Foot in. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Timber. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, the midfielder, Ryan Gravenberch, is just very cultured, Peter. Another really fine product from the famous Amsterdam production line. And just like so many of their alumni, he's shown wonderful intelligence and versatility, and of course vision whenever he's played. I think he's a tremendous all-round talent.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Al-Ainawi tries to clear. And here's Marlon. And he's gone backward here. Great ball, and he's had a shot! And that has been knocked clear.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Aguirre. And it's Al-Kanous. Brahim Diaz. Looking for a runner. Well read, and the danger is averted.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
That's an imaginative pass.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And the whistle goes for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So neither side has found a way through yet.
It's not a bad game by any means, Peter, but it definitely needs an injection of some invention, creativity. There's so much you can do with all that industry by just adding a little bit of skill.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock, the score 0-0. And so the action is resumed.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Corner number 2 then. That's a decent clearance. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, good effort. It's a goal. How they've waited. Now they have it. A great delivery and a finish to match.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Number 10, Brian Dean.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Al-Ainawi,
The attendance
60
for this
minutes
match
played.
was 80,953.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. In this area to come on, a change that had been mooted for a while.
Yeah, I think the manager might have feared his team could become a little tentative, conservative even, Peter.
He's going for goal! No, he's missed it.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
Reinders. Morocco still have the cards to affect this game.
Yeah, and I think if you're looking for change in a tight game like this, Peter, it's all about getting the timing right.
Looking to play him in.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now. Morocco surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Now it's Gakpo. He's had it taken off him. And it's Frimpong. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Played out to the left flank. Space for him to turn and look. Oh, such a clever touch.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
It's a good run he's making out on the left. Time added on 4 minutes.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
De Jong. Memphis Depay engages and forces him off the ball. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Morocco have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. Brahim Diaz picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, it turned out to be a bit of a slow burner, this one, Peter. Still, I think the goal...
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Begley.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We stand for the national anthem of France. Now that was impressive. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim,
Well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
So we're very much on the way now. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And it's hoisted clear. So what can they make of this? Bernardo Silva. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Great ball, and he's in here. Rafael Leao! And that is doing no harm at all.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, N'Golo Kante. He is only one midfielder, but it often feels like he does the work of two or three. He's got exceptional awareness for danger and the stamina to make sure he can go and snuff it out over and over again if required. He's also exceptional in the tackle, and when you watch him in the latter parts of a game, 90th minute plus, he looks as if he's in the first five.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Turkey, Portugal have had plenty of possession, but few, if any, genuine chances. Hernandez bops him off it and wins back the ball. Vitinha. Bernardo Silva. 15 minutes till half-time. Great vision. Cristiano Ronaldo. And the shot! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
And we have our very first corner. Bruno Fernandes goes short. Gets the shot away!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Vitinha. Mbappe. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. It's played through for him. He's shifting through the gears here. Diogo Costa gets it clear. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Played back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
And this is Dembele. That's an excellent interception. Bruno Fernandes for Pedro Neto. And the return pass. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. And it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, and I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in this second half.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. Back on the way then.
Portugal have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Koundé, Olise. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Best part of an hour, and still no breakthrough from either side. Saliba. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Turkey. Ruben Dias simply refused to be outdone there. And it's Bruno Fernandes. João Cancelo. Hernandez cuts it out. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
João Cancelo, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. It's a promising position. Big chance! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Now it's Mbappe. Engages and forces him off the ball. Good ball, good take. Picked out brilliantly.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest...
He's rising!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Mbappe is onto this. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both.
So 90 minutes have come and gone. It's going to be extra time. Well, still no winner, Jim.
Yeah, neither side has anything to show for some splendid effort, and they certainly aren't showing any signs of easing off, so we remain optimistic.
So here we go then, extra time is coming up. And we are already back underway. Now it's Nunez, threads one in. Chance, surely! Oh, that could be pivotal! Mass euphoria, ecstasy! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
France can make their change now with a break in play.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile, the man pulling the strings.
Portugal have taken the lead. Dembele. He's in a great position here. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Tries to pass it through. And he's picked it up out wide, cuts it back. Chance for a shot! Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
Well, for me, he seems to be playing with a lot more zest now. He does look...
And we're halfway through extra time. So 15 key minutes of football still to come. One side will throw everything at it, the other looks to protect a 1-0 scoreline with its life.
Substituição para Portugal. Número 7. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. Knocks it into space. Saliba promptly onto that, and that is that. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now it's Nunez. Can he finish? Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Vamos dar uma substituição.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Dembele. Great defending, strong and determined. Just eases him off the ball. Digne. And the referee brings it to a close. Portugal have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Well, how will we look back on that?
Portugal certainly didn't make things easy on themselves, Peter, but they did well to raise their game when fatigue began to set in. Why they couldn't do that earlier is anyone's guess, but they got the most important thing, which was that result.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin.